I hope we reach our destination soon, or this weather may prove more deadly than the orcs!
Take heart. We are nearly there, and this snowfall will hide us from the eyes of the enemy below.
Balaram, look! Above the mountain! Set us down! We can attempt to find a way into the mountain under cover of this storm!
There is little chance of that, with those creatures keeping watch from above. Once we land you, my comrades and I will draw off the beasts.
Let's hope those flying beasts are too occupied with the eagles to notice us.
We can hope their eyes are less keen than those of our eagle friends. We may appear to be just a few more orcs among the hordes of Gundabad.
It's a sad day when I have to hope I'm mistaken for an orc.
Nowhere. Time.
You haven't got the stomach to face me!
Feel my wrath and despair!
Let's see if you can take me!
You face the power of the Eldar!
You face a ranger now! Need more time.
You haven't got the stomach to face me!
Patrols ahead of us. They seem to be searching for something.
Well, it can't be us. We've only just arrived, and they're heading the other way.
But what then are they looking for? A good time to call on the eagle to the herald. Here, to me if you need healing.
me if you dare! Face a Dunadan now! must wait.
The dwarf is down! Quickly, help him!
Come now, dwarf. There are still foes to defeat.
Not ready yet.
The dwarf has fallen! Aid him! Come on, dwarf. There are still foes to defeat.
Thanks, my friend. I'm in your debt.
That was too close for comfort. You have my thanks.
Look at the camps below. Orcs must be gathering from all across the north.
The threat is even greater than we feared.
We've got no army to match it. That's certain.
Die, filth! Let's see if you can take me! To face a dwarf.
You face the power of the Eldar!
That'll teach you to take on a ranger!
Our way is barred.
Troll!
Down with you, vermin!
Another troll!
That must wait.
Feel my wrath and despair! This will strike you down!
Wait.
I need healing!
I cannot do that. That must wait. Not enough power. I cannot do that. The snow trolls are a danger to all. It appears they've been feeding upon the orcs.
We are getting near to the mountain itself. If there's an entrance here, it'll be nearby.
Ahead, another orc warband.
What are they doing? Studying the ground?
There must be something wrong.
Look, there's a door.
Die, Bill!
appears the fighting carried on into the mountain. Someone was here before us. There was a fight here very recently.
The bodies. They're dwarves.
This one lives still.
Well then, come on, you scum. Finish it. You're not orcs.
Andril, help him. Use your arts.
No. Save it. The arrows, poison. No hope. But you can help. Help my friends.
Why are you here? What were you attempting?
We seek a weapon. We must find it, use it, stop the orcs.
What is this weapon? Where can we find it?
Dwarf weapon. In the stone. Nordri has the key. Find them. Help them. Please. Save Nordenbach.
Who or what is Nordenbad?
He can't tell us anything more. He's gone.
But there may be more like him within this fortress.
Yes. They're searching for some sort of weapon. Come, we must try to find them.
It pains me to leave fallen dwarves to these accursed orcs, but we have no choice. Are like maggots, teeming in the corpse of once great Gundabad.
They delight in marring the works of others, and twisting them to their own foul purpose.
These caverns echo with the hammer blows of 1,000 orc smiths.
Teach you to take on a ranger!
Olenian on Kalima!
Come on, you great-hearted scum!
recognize these signs. A ranger has left a hidden cache here. Ready yet.
Some mechanism to control this gate.
What of this? These chains and gears?
This is the heart of the enemy's war machine. They forge weapons and armor to equip the hordes gathering here.
They're making more than that. Can't you smell it? The same blasting powder used against us at Fornost. There must be a huge store of it here.
Then let us destroy the gears. Perhaps we will slow their war mills.
Noise! What have we done?
That's done it! We must move fast!
Let's see if you can take me!
Onward, quickly! Before this column crumbles beneath us!
Servants of the enemy, beware!
Hello again. What can I...
It's time to put an end to you!
More fallen dwarves. We must be close.
We won't find out standing here. This is it. Quick, lad, up you go. No dream.
There are too many orcs. We'll never hold them long enough.
Maybe not, but we can try. Well then, come on, you filth! Barukazor!
Katana Menu!
We're friends! We're here to help you!
We must work together to overcome these odds.
There's a mounted crossbow over there.
Man the mounted crossbows!
We'll hold them off! Kazan! Kazan!
Keep them away from the weapon! At all costs!
Let's see if you can take me!
Down with you, vermin! Down that curtain!
Here, to me if you need healing.
Whatever she's doing, make her stop!
Do you fear the face of war?
Aid our friend! Double click! Aid our friend! Double click!
I need help. Aid me.
The elf's down! Quickly, help her!
Sorry to put you to that bother, my friend. Not ready yet.
Many thanks. Onward now.
I cannot do that yet.
I'll take much more!
Let me help you.
That was too close for
I don't
comfort.
know what brings you
You
to a
have my
place like
thanks.
this, but I'm mighty glad to see you all the same.
We might say exactly the same. What are you doing here?
We've come to activate an ancient weapon.
With luck, it'll kill a lot of orcs.
What sort of weapon?
You'll see.
Once activated, it'll take some time to do its work.
Aye, and it's sure to bring a lot more orcs down on us, too.
No time for dilly-dallying. Go ahead and use it.
We'll hold off the orcs.
A horn call? Are you mad? You're calling them here.
I did warn you about that.
Trolls!
This is a tall order.
mountain is coming down!
Aye, a good deal of it anyway. Just as we hoped.
You knew this was going to happen?
It's what we came here for. We had to strike this blow if our people are to survive. I'm heartily sorry for getting all of you killed as well.
I don't think we need to worry about death just yet. Look!
Durin's beard!
Well, this is a day I'll not soon forget. I've seen a few things in my time, but I've not flown on an eagle's back till today. Well, now that it's a bit easier to talk, let me thank you properly for saving our lives and bid you welcome to Nordenbad, our home. Nordri's father, the Lord Gorin, will want to speak with you. Nordri's gone ahead to report on the Gundabad raid and to tell him about everything you did for us.
Why did you lead your warriors against Mount Gundabad?
We keep a careful watch on the orcs of the mountains. When we saw them gathering in large numbers at Gundabad, we had reason to believe they were preparing to move against us here. We didn't like our chances against that many orcs, but we knew about the hidden weapon at Gundabad. So Nordri and I led a small force there to use it against them.
You undertook that mission believing you would not return.
Aye, every dwarf was a volunteer and knew he wouldn't be coming back.
But you said Nordri is Gorin's son. He let his heir undertake such a mission.
He didn't have a choice. After a lifetime of lecturing the lad about his duty to his people, there was no way Gorin could say no when Nordri volunteered, much as he'd have liked to.
What can you tell us of the device you used to collapse the ceiling at Gundabad? I've never heard of such weapons.
It was an ancient defense made by the dwarves who delved Gundabad long ago. Nobody understood the qualities of stone better than the dwarves of old, and they knew that just the right sound can cause solid stone to split. They used that knowledge to build a defense against any enemy who might force their way past the gates of their home.
But Mount Gundabad has been an orc hold for centuries. How did you know about this weapon?
Aye, it's been in the hands of the orcs for many a year, but not straight through. I was only a lad when my people fought a great war against the orcs, but my father helped sack Gundabad. He was one of the stoneworkers who found the weapon. It made a big impression on him, and he told me the tale so many times I was sure I could find the thing and use it against the orcs.
But how could you be certain it would still function after all those centuries?
We didn't. The whole thing was a gamble. Luckily it paid off.
Am I correct in guessing that you might have a similar defense here?
Some things are best left secret, I think.
Do you think the orcs will follow us here to Nordenbad?
Escaping on eagles like we did will throw them off the trail a bit, but it won't be long before they realize it was a group of dwarves that hit them first, and that'll get them thinking about us here. It's not like they're not thinking about Nordenbad anyway, but I'll let Gorin tell you more about that.
At your instruction, the Eagles brought us east for many leagues, over many high mountain peaks. Where are we now exactly?
Aye, it's east you've come. Clean over the Misty Mountains and along the length of the Grey Mountains. You've left the lands of Eriador behind. You're on the northern edge of the land of Rovanion now.
We're grateful for the welcome, but in the rush of battle and our escape, I don't believe we actually caught your name.
Oh, confound me for an old fool. Bruni, son of Bane, at your service and your families. I'm captain of the Nordenbad Guard and a servant of Lord Gorin.
We would be pleased to speak with Lord Gorin.
Just make your way past the doors you see yonder and you'll find him within. The guards have been instructed to let you pass.
I suspect I'm the first man to see the inside of these halls.
I am certain I am the first elf to do so.
Who would have guessed that such a place still existed in these mountains?
You should not keep the lord of these halls waiting.
Here, sire, those I spoke of. Allow me to present a kinsman, Farin of Erebor, and also Andriel and Eridan, his companions. We succeeded in our task, and I live to tell of it, thanks only to their aid.
You are most welcome here, kinsman, and no less so your companions, be they man, elf, or eagle. Welcome all to Nordenbad, last hall of the Longbeards in the Grey Mountains. You have returned to me, my son and my oldest friend, whom already I mourned as lost. For this, you will forever have my gratitude and the hospitality of these halls. Know that this is not something lightly given, for never before have we allowed any but our own folk to pass these gates. And no eyes have gazed upon the hidden lake of Azanzaram, save those of our close kindred. Yet for what you have done, I will gladly lay aside our ancient oath of secrecy.
You are Longbeards. Then you are of Durin's folk, and close kin to Farin.
Aye. In centuries past, most of our kin called these mountains home. But then the dragons came from the far north. One by one, our halls were lost or abandoned. All but Nordenbad. We alone endured those dark times. And thanks to you, we may hope to endure our current troubles as well.
What can you tell me of your home?
My great-great-grandsire was the first to enter the caves of this mountain, where he discovered the hidden lake we call Azanzaram. He was awed by its beauty, and led some of his kin here. Slowly, over many long years, with loving hands and careful chisels, we created the halls you see before you. Nordenbad was never rich in gold or jewels, but its beauty would move even the most cold-hearted dwarf. That is why we have remained here for so long. There is not a dwarf among us who would not choose death over exile from our home.
This lake, did your kin create it?
Nay, my ancestors discovered Azanzaram even as you see it. We have worked with care to enhance what we found. A chip here, a tap there, fashioning bridges, halls, and tunnels. But always, we have taken care to preserve the great gift we were given.
We thank you, but we are seeking a servant of Mordor, a man called Agandaur.
Agandaur. We are familiar with that one. Curse his Blackheart.
He appeared before our gates some weeks past, and called us to parley, in the name of Sauron the Great, so he said.
He will get more than words from us. Where is he now?
We cannot say. Yet I'm certain he wasn't at Mount Gundabad. The orcs were too easily surprised and slow to respond to our attack. There was no sign of strong leadership there.
With those flying beasts at his command, he might be anywhere.
What did he ask of you?
He demanded that we yield ourselves up to the mercy of Sauron, as if there was any mercy in the Dark Lord.
He lays claim to Nordenbad, telling us if we turn over our halls and riches without a fight, our lives will be spared, and we will be free to seek a new home elsewhere.
Of course, we would have nothing of that. When we defied him, he grew wrathful, threatening us with the fiery doom that overtook our ancestors.
Fiery doom? What did he mean by that?
I fear he may have allied himself with the dragon Orgast, who dwells in these parts. With such a beast at his command, we would have little hope of resisting him.
Perhaps the best course would be to destroy this dragon before Agandaur sends him against us.
Well, destroy Orgast? If only it were that simple. The attack on Gundabad would be a peaceful stroll around the lake in comparison. Nay, if it were so easy to slay dragons, there would be many more dwarves still dwelling in these mountains.
Urgost has never taken notice of us before. We rather hoped it would stay that way.
I have heard it said it does not pay to leave a live dragon out of your calculations if you live near one.
We can't let Agandaur have such a beast under his command.
Agreed. Where can we find Urgost?
You do not lack for courage, I will grant you. Yet we know not where the dragon dwells. No dwarf has discovered his lair and lived to tell of it.
Perhaps Radagast knows this secret, or can discover it. Seems there is little that happens in Wilderland that escapes his notice.
Who is Radagast?
Radagast the Brown. He is a wizard, a master of birds and beasts. He keeps to himself mostly, but he's a decent enough sort. As long as you mean no harm to the wild creatures he befriends.
He dwells within the forest of Mirkwood, away to the south. Perhaps your companion Belaram would know where to find him, for it is said that Radagast is a friend to the Lord of Eagles himself.
Then we should travel to Mirkwood. I am certain we will learn something of value speaking with Radagast.
Indeed. But before you set out, please accept a token of our gratitude. Seek out my steward Galar. I have instructed him to open our vaults to you. I believe you may find something within that will be of service in the days ahead.
I still can't believe I'm alive. I thought I would draw my last breath in the fetid air of Mount Gundabad. Mind you, I'm not complaining.
Tell me about Goran, your father. Is he a king?
King? Oh, no. He is merely the Lord of Nordenbad. We acknowledge Dane Ironfoot as the rightful king of the Longbeards. Not that he has any idea of our existence.
Someday you may be Lord of Nordenbad. Will you seek a reunion with your sundered kin when that day comes?
Secrecy has always preserved us here before, but it can't do so for much longer. We are a dwindling folk, and this war has only made that worse. Nordenbad is precious, but I see little point in leaving it empty. If we survive the days ahead, we will seek out our kin. My father sees the need for this as well. Were it not so, I wouldn't have dared bring you and your friends to our hidden halls.
It sounds as if you have been in Mirkwood before.
I've been around it a lot more than in it, and that suits me just fine. I don't care for that wood. Don't know how anyone could. But I've often traveled to the eaves of the forest to trade with the Bjornings who live thereabout. It was on such a trading venture that I happened to meet Radagast.
Do you believe we will be a match for Urgost?
It's not that I doubt your courage and skill, and I'd be mighty glad to no longer have a dragon as a neighbor. But truthfully, I wonder if anyone can overcome such a beast. I just hope your luck proves equal to your daring.
Can you tell me more about Radagast?
He's an unusual sort. Friend to all beasts and birds. To be honest, I don't think he cares much for dwarves. But maybe he just prefers the company of animals. One thing's certain, there are few people with more knowledge of this part of the world. He even spoke of Nordenbad as if it were common knowledge.
Who are these people, the Bjornings?
A hardy folk, and brave, as any who dwell between Mirkwood and the Misty Mountains would need to be. Under their chieftain, Grimbjorn, they've kept the mountain passes and river crossings open, even in these troubled times. But I've heard rumors of war on their borders of late. The high passes may now be closed, at least to those without the benefit of eagle wings.
What comes next for your folk?
I'm afraid we're all out of tricks to play. All we can do is prepare our defenses, hunker down and wait for whatever the winds of war might blow our way.
I wish you luck with whatever fate may bring. Farewell, Nordri.
We would be honored if you...
I thank you for...
Ah, you must be that ranger I've been hearing about. Word of you has spread like a beard on fire. I'm pleased to meet anyone who strikes a blow against the enemy. And I hear you struck a very hard blow indeed. So, how can I help you today?
You've hidden in this isolated cavern for a long time. Could it be that you found something precious? like mithril.
Oh, we've no such wealth as mithril here. Not that I haven't dreamt of finding a vein of true silver. I work iron and a bit of ordinary silver or gold. A few gems here and there. Mostly we hide to escape the notice of the dragons. Bad blood between dwarves and dragons as well, you know. And then there's all the orcs. Ah, but I dream of a day when we could trade for finer goods. I've been working on a silver belt studded with crystal, with a special mount for a gem I crave above all others. The gem that comes from no mine.
Is that burnt hair that I smell?
Well, hard to be a smith without getting a few sparks in your beard. What do you expect when you're working with a hammer and forging hot metal? They've taken to calling me Burry Burnt Beard. Used to have a beard down to my belt. Well, shorter is safer. Long as you keep a bucket of water handy, there's nothing to worry about.
How great are your skills as a smith?
I'm no braggart, but I'll put my skills up against any smith, dwarf, elf, or man. You may think I don't know much, being set apart from others of my craft. But I'll tell you a little secret. My grandsires go back all the way to the smiths that worked alongside the great elven smith, Celebrimbor himself. In the days of ancient Eregion, there was a great friendship between elves and dwarves. We've passed down skills from forgotten times. I know runes of power and other secrets that give my weapons and armor a hidden strength you'll not find elsewhere. You won't complain about my work.
Tell me of Celebrimbor.
None was a greater craftsman of jewels and forger of metals than Celebrimbor, who was Lord of Eregion. Close friend he was to Narvi, the great stone master, and to my grandsires. He even made 7 rings of power for the dwarves. It was Celebrimbor who knew that Sauron had betrayed the elves by making 1 ring. He heard the enemy declare himself master over all. He was killed in the first war against Sauron, and many of his secrets were lost. Narvi and his kin were lost as well. Only one of my ancestors escaped to carry the tale. So it's been told from grandsire to me.
What lore do you know of Eregion?
The lore passed down from me grandsires is little enough. That Eregion lay west of the Misty Mountains near Moria. That the elves of Eregion were of a kind known as Noldor, and were clever craftsmen. The Noldor didn't know in the beginning that Sauron was evil. Sauron came to Eregion and taught them how to forge rings of power. But after Sauron was revealed, he invaded Eregion and destroyed it. Nearly 5,000 years ago, that was. Doubt there's much left of the place now. But Sauron's fixing to do the same thing all over again. Even here in the far north.
I should be off. Goodbye.
So you're the Dunedain Ranger, eh? I can't see what all the fuss is about. I suppose you're tougher than you look, though I heard you had a dwarf helping you. Are you here to buy something? I've an excellent stock of the best Nordenbad craftwork, so speak up. Time's a wasting.
Goran sent me to you. He said I should speak to you to receive a token of his gratitude.
Yes, yes. He may have mentioned it to me. It was rather too generous of him. Not that I don't appreciate what you did, but how does he expect me to increase our wealth by giving our best work away? Well, here you go. Take your pick. Are you here to buy something? Speak up!
Who trades with you in such an isolated place?
We've had a rough time of it here, I won't deny it. Mostly we manage some trade with the Bjornings, the men who live down south of us in the vales of the Anduin. They've good use for our metalwork, and they bring us foodstuffs in return. Otherwise, there'd be mushrooms for breakfast, mushrooms for lunch, and mushrooms for dinner. You wouldn't believe how many ways we've learned to cook mushrooms. That's enough jabbering. If you're not going to buy something, let me get back to my work.
Are you always this cheerful?
Well, let's see. We've got an orc army growing, a dragon hungry for dwarf snacks, and one of Sauron's lieutenants making threats. Pardon me while I break out in a song and dance. Now see here, I need to do some business, so how's about you buy something before I get downright grumpy?
It is clear the folk of Nordenbad take pride in their work.
I can't believe what I've heard. You're actually setting out to find a dragon? We've spent many long years trying not to be found by one. Ah, but then the three of you did walk into Mount Gundabad alone, and you lived to tell the tale. So if anyone has a chance against Urgost, it might be you. Ordinarily, I'd be dead set against riling up a dragon. It seems Agendaur has already done that. So I'll just wish you luck, and let it go at that.
What about you here? Do you believe Nordenbad will be safe after what we accomplished at Mount Gundabad?
We killed hundreds of orcs when the roof came down at Gundabad. Maybe thousands if we're lucky. That's all the fewer to march against us here. But that just means we went from certain defeat to likely defeat. If the dragon joins up with Agendaur, we're right back at certain again.
Do you think it would be better if we did not go looking for the dragon?
Who can say? It's more you I'm worried about than us here. Bold you may be, but dragons are dragons.
Dragons have been overcome before. Better to face him on our terms than to wait for him to come to us. Farewell, Bruni.
Hello, Eridan. I do hope you've come to give me an account of your recent adventures.
Very well. When we reached Mount Gundabad, a fierce winter storm was raging. Our eagle companions seized us in their talons and lifted us to safety just as the mountainside came crashing down.
My goodness, what a harrowing tale. Your adventures seem to be getting more and more hair-raising all the time. Still, it makes for a good story. I really should get started on writing it all down. People will want to know about this someday. Oh, I really should have taken notes. So you're going to Mirkwood in order to find a dragon. It seems frighteningly familiar somehow. I do hope you will be careful. Dragons are serious business.
Why, of course. I'd nearly forgotten. But you have dealt with the dragon before.
Why, yes, I suppose there are not too many people who've come face to face with a dragon and lived to tell of it.
Do you have any advice to offer on dealing with them?
Advice? First I'd say stealing from them is generally a bad idea. I'd avoid that if you can. Secondly, should you find yourself in a pinch, try...
Pardon me, but you said flattery?
Yes, strange as it may seem. I was rather complimentary when I spoke with old Smaug and found he took to flattery as readily as my niece Angelica. Yes, vain creatures, the both of them. I really hope you'll come back later and fill me in on how your adventures are progressing.
I shall, if time and fortune allow. Now, I should be on my way. Farewell.
Those who
Seeking the wizard. No one can help him now. And no one can help you.
Here, my friends, gather to this healing light.
That'll teach you to take on a ranger!
That must wait.
Take refuge here. I will shield us from their arrows and bolts.
Not ready.
Well done, my friends. That one will spread his veil of lies no more. Yet I fear this was no chance meeting. If Wulfrun was here, it could mean trouble for Radagast. You should press on and find him.
The sorcerer said something about a wizard.
He must have meant Radagast.
But why would Agandar send his minions after Radagast?
The Brown Wizard concerns himself little with the outside world. Yet he has worked against Sauron in the past. Perhaps Agandar merely wishes to settle an old score, but it seems more likely he seeks to prevent Radagast from aiding his enemies. We should find him.
I don't like this. Agandar may be one step ahead of us.
If so, Radagast may be in grave danger.
How far are we from the wizard's dwelling?
It is difficult to say for certain. Even the eyes of an eagle cannot pierce the interwoven boughs of Mirkwood, and clearings are few in this wood.
What is this creature you've bested? It smells foul.
Who can say? Some beast from an older world, maybe. Bred and twisted by the Dark Lord to serve his most trusted servants.
This forest seems near impenetrable. What can we expect to find here?
I cannot say for certain. Mirkwood is no place for my kind. We can soar over the great wood, but its secrets remain hidden beneath the trees. The forest has an evil reputation, however, Be on your guard as you search for Radagast.
I have been told elves dwell in Mirkwood. Perhaps they can assist us.
It is true, King Thranduil's people dwell in the forest, but many dark miles lie between here and the Elven King's halls. One might wander for weeks in this part of Mirkwood without encountering an elf.
What of my kind? Are there not men who live within the wood?
You speak of the Bjornings. Yes, there are hearty men who dwell on the western edge of Mirkwood, but they are rarely found this far north, and they are wary of strangers, as any who dare to dwell in this wood should be.
We will find him, but what about you? Are you hurt?
The beast did its damage, but not enough to keep me from the air. I will be fully recovered soon enough.
We will continue the search on foot. Should we look for you here once we have found him?
No, I must find my companions. They are probably worried about me. Together, we will keep watch from above. Radagast has many friends among the birds of Mirkwood. If you find him, he can send a message to us easily enough.
Very well. Good luck, Balaram.
I don't like the look of this Mirkwood. I wish our path would have led us elsewhere.
Why would Radagast choose to make his home in such a place?
They say that Mirkwood was not always like this. It was fair enough before the shadow of the Dark Lord fell over it.
That shadow lies here still. There are evil creatures in this wood. Be on your guard.
Look! There!
Warg!
That's done it. Now the whole forest knows we're here.
Let's go. The warg that one hears is worse than the orc that one fears.
True, but where the warg howls, there also the orc prowls.
Brother Ranger has left us some supplies.
An encampment of orcs!
Be watchful. The wargs have given away our presence.
I don't like this. Keep your eyes open.
Up there! An archer!
It's an ambush!
They seek cover in the undergrowth.
We need cover from their arrows! Charging! Down with you, vermin!
This will strike you down! Come now, dwarf. There are still foes to defeat.
By my beard, that was a close one.
Need more time.
No enemy missiles can pierce this shield.
Power's too low.
Nearly done for.
Power's too low.
I must have aid.
Not ready yet.
An encampment of orcs.
Be watchful. The wargs have given away our presence.
I don't like this. Keep your eyes open.
Up there, an archer.
It's an ambush.
They seek cover in the undergrowth.
We need cover from their arrows. They're charging!
Come on, you faint-hearted scum!
Feel my wrath and despair!
I need healing.
The dwarf is down! Quickly, help him!
We need your help to win this battle.
Just like a dwarf to spend so much time on the ground.
That was too close for comfort. You have my thanks.
Much appreciated, friend. spear of light and be healed!
Haven't the power.
What are these things?
They look like eggs. Insect eggs, maybe.
But so many. And so large.
It's time to put an end to you!
Need more time.
Beware! Spiders!
to Dunedain now!
Giant spiders!
Now, dwarf, there are still foes to defeat.
Sorry to put you to all that fuss, my friend.
I must give you aid. Faint-hearted scum!
Not ready yet.
To me if you need healing.
I cannot do that yet.
Cannot take much more.
Not ready. Power's too low.
That was closer to death than I care to be. We must be nearing Radagast's home.
Enemy archers! On the high ground!
See if you can take me!
Down with you, vermin!
This must be Radagast's home.
It looks peaceful enough.
Then what did the sorcerer mean when he said we were too late?
Perhaps he was only trying to discourage us.
Perhaps not.
You're no match for me!
This will strike you down!
None left. I cannot do that.
Radagast, are you here?
Do you fear to face a dwarf?
I can't do that yet.
You're no match for me!
You face the power of the Eldar!
Radagast! Are you here?
That must work. Need more time. These woods are thick with the Uruk-hai.
Listen, they're all around us. On the hunt for something.
Radagast, perhaps. We must find him before the orcs do. You down!
I need healing.
Aid our friend!
I am sorely hurt.
I have no more.
Elbereth, that was a close call.
Rescue our companion! Quickly!
I haven't the power. None left. Spider tracks leading deeper into the woods. It appears as if they were dragging something. I fear it could be Radagast, but whether he was living or dead I cannot say.
Fight me if you dare!
I have no more.
Take much more!
For the Jedi! over there. They have a prisoner, an elf.
I thank you for my life, friends. I had abandoned all hope before you appeared. I am Glohirin, an elf of the woodland realm. It is our custom to be wary of strangers, yet I have never been happier to see unfamiliar faces.
Is it unusual to find so many orcs in this part of the wood?
Orcs can be found throughout Mirkwood, save where my people's realm is maintained. Yet never have I seen so many in this part of the wood. There are separate tribes and companies present as well. Some have come from the Grey Mountains to the north, but there are also large and savage Uruks out of Dol Guldur, far to the south. The enemy prepares to make war in earnest. This bodes ill for the woodland realm.
I did not expect to meet any of the woodland folk. Are we near then to your home?
No, the woodland realm lays many days' travel to the east.
We came here looking for Radagast the Brown. Have you seen him?
I and one other came here as scouts for King Thranduil. We discovered enemies gathering and thought to consult with Radagast, but we were waylaid by orcs and spiders before we could reach his home. I fear both he and my companion Galron are in grave danger.
Where is your companion?
Alas, I cannot say. We came upon a band of orcs, and while we battled them, spiders began to cast down their lines from the trees above. I was entangled, and the orcs bore me away. I can only hope that Galron escaped a similar fate. Orcs and spiders working together in this manner bodes ill for my people, and more so for Galron. I must find him.
Mirkwood is well known as the haunt of spiders, but I had not heard they were allied with the orcs.
Orcs and spiders are constant foes of my people, but rarely have we contended with both at once. I fear the enemy has made alliance with the Spider Queen Saэнatra, who is rumored to dwell deep within the mountains of Mirkwood.
We will help you look for Galron.
Face me!
Servants of the enemy, beware!
I cannot do that yet.
see movement in the trees.
Let's see if you can take me! Dad, now! Balance the power! Giant spiders!
You cannot endure this life!
Yet. Sorely hurt.
take much more.
Not ready yet.
That was closer to death than I cared to be.
Signs are clear. Rangers were once here. They left some useful items.
This will strike you down!
Servants of the enemy, beware!
These webs are arranged for defense. We are nearing the spider's lair.
Won't last much longer.
here to buy some?
Back, I see.
Who would have guessed that such a place still existed in these mountains? The trail leads down there. I'm sure of it.
The wizard!
The wizard? No, no, my dears. That is food. He says the wizard must die. Take him and devour him, he commands. And so I shall. But not yet. Not yet. Let him hang a bit first. Let him await my pleasure. But the wizard alone is barely a meal for one such as myself. Now four is a feast.
Do that yet. Not ready yet.
Carefully. Let him down slowly now.
He yet lives.
Aye, and he's coming around.
Radagast, are you well?
Oh, what a thoroughly unpleasant experience. I shall have more pity for flies in the future.
There was a powerful force here, and it is clear that you were their target. Why is the enemy after you?
The enemy never needs a reason to kill and destroy. But if I were to hazard a guess why they were after me in particular, I would say it is because of my talent for gathering and sending news quickly.
That could mean they are planning attacks against our nearby allies.
That's bad news for the Bjornings and the Wood Elves. Maybe we should try to warn them.
Oh, you needn't concern yourself with that. As I said, I have a talent for such things. I will make sure our friends are warned. It's the neighborly thing to do, after all.
I had heard Mirkwood was home to many spiders, but I never expected anything like this. Are there more of her kind around?
I certainly hope not. This was the Spider Queen, Sanathra. I've heard many fearful tales of her from my friends among the forest creatures, but I've never before had the misfortune of encountering her. I'm rather surprised to find her here. By all accounts, she kept her lair in the craggy mountains near Dol Guldur, far to the south.
Dol Guldur. I've heard that name spoken in whispered tales. By all accounts, it is a place of dread. What can you tell me of it?
It's a terrible place. A fortress built upon a bare hill in the south of the forest. Of old, the Dark Lord himself dwelt there. He was driven out some years past, but it seems that evil has returned once more to Dol Guldur. I am told that fell creatures of many sorts are gathering there. Rosgobel, my usual home, lies a little too close to Dol Guldur for comfort, so I came here. I have several such retreats. You can never be too prepared, living in Mirkwood and all. But, do I know you?
No, Radagast, but you do know me.
Ah, young Bellerum. It's a pleasure to see you. So you are a part of this little party too? It's quite a mixed bag, really. I don't see elves, dwarves, and men rubbing elbows often, especially not in Mirkwood. Now add an eagle as well. This is turning out to be a rather extraordinary day, really, all things considered.
I am just glad we came in time. My friends and I have a mission, and we came seeking your aid.
We seek the dragon Urgost, who dwells in the Grey Mountains.
But we don't have a lot of time to spend looking.
We were told you might be able to help us find him.
You wish to find a dragon? Oh dear, is that really wise?
Wise or not, that is our mission. Do you know where Urgost can be found?
Well, he's a dragon, so I would say the Grey Mountains.
Yes, that we know. But do you know where in the Grey Mountains?
I haven't the foggiest notion, really.
It seems we were misinformed.
Ah, now, not so fast. I may not know where Urgost dwells, but I just might be able to find out. But I would need my staff for that, and I seem to have mislaid it somewhere.
We found your staff. Here it is.
I knew you would have need of it once we found you.
Ah, excellent. Aren't you the clever one? Crafty as a fox in your own fashion, too, I can tell. I'm grateful to you. Well then, let's see what we can find out, shall we? My friends might know a thing or two.
you have news for me, little one? Ah. I see, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Very brave of you. Well done, my friend. And there you have it.
Perhaps you could explain further for those of us who do not speak the language of swallows.
Oh, you don't? Quite a pity, really. They're rather pleasant little fellows. Always something nice to say.
Well, what did this one have to say?
Quite a bit, actually. Here, let me show you.
Have you considered my offer?
You bargain with what you do not possess, man of the South.
I will have your price soon enough. Think carefully before you spurn this offer, dragon. As mighty as you are, you would do well not to offend my master.
I did not say I refused. Only that you must first achieve my reward before you can give it.
Ah, formality. I go now to take your price, but I will leave men behind to await your answer. Consider well, but not too long.
My time and my thoughts are my own to spend.
For now.
Saэнatra is no more. That was a feat worthy of heroes of the elder days. I am honored to have witnessed it.
What of your friend Galron? Did you find him?
Sadly, I was unable to save Galron. I discovered he fell in the same battle in which I was captured. I recovered his war gear from the orcs, and I wish you to have it. Galron would be pleased to know it was still being used to fight the enemy. I must hasten home to inform my lord of everything that I've learned here. I shall pause only long enough to consult with Radagast. Farewell, Aradan. A long, dark road lies before you, Aradan. May a star shine upon you as you go.
Oh, still here?
There was a powerful force here, and it is clear that you were their target. Why is the enemy after you?
The enemy never needs a reason to kill and destroy. But if I were to hazard a guess why they were after me in particular, I would say it is because of my talent for gathering and sending news quickly.
Can you tell me anything of the creature we seek?
The dragon? I believe you'll find dragons have three things in abundance: strength, cunning, and greed. You'd be wise not to underestimate Urgost when it comes to any of these. I really rather wish you weren't set on finding the dragon. You seem like such nice people.
I had heard Mirkwood was home to many spiders, but I never expected anything like this. Are there more of her kind around?
I certainly hope not. This was the Spider Queen, Sanathra. I've heard many fearful tales of her from my friends among the forest creatures, but I've never before had the misfortune of encountering her. I'm rather surprised to find her here. By all accounts, she kept her lair in the craggy mountains near Dol Guldur, far to the south.
Dol Guldur? I've heard that name spoken in whispered tales. By all accounts, it is a place of dread. What can you tell me of it?
It's a terrible place. A fortress built upon a bare hill in the south of the forest. Of old, the Dark Lord himself dwelt there. He was driven out some years past, but it seems that evil has returned once more to Dol Guldur. I am told that fell creatures of many sorts are gathering there.
These woods are still thick with enemies. Are you certain you can find your way to safety?
Don't concern yourself with that. I've lived in Mirkwood for a very long time. I won't be caught off guard again.
Farewell, Radagast.
The little cave swallow has told me where Urgost's lair can be found. I can guide us there when you are ready to depart.
Hello, Eridan. I do hope you've come to give me an account of your recent adventures.
Where to begin? I certainly don't need to tell you that Mirkwood is a perilous place. But we could not have been prepared for what we found there. And so, with Saэнatra dead and Radagast safe, we returned here to Rivendell to inform Elrond of all we had learned.
Heavens, what a tale! If I didn't know you for an honest man, I'd think you were making the whole thing up. I hope I can keep all the facts straight. I'll have to jot down some notes. Oh, but perhaps I'll take a short nap first. Frequent naps help keep the mind sharp, you know. So you're on your way to find a dragon. I set out to do that once myself, to my everlasting amazement.
Why, of course.
Why, yes, I suppose there are not too many people who've come.
Do you have any advice?
Advice? Well,
Pardon me, but...
Yes, strange. I really hope you'll...
I shall, if time...
Those who venture into the...
Radagast has confirmed our fears. Agandaur is indeed forging an alliance with Urgost. If you cannot prevent this, Dragonfire will soon engulf the fields and settlements of the north. No land is beyond the reach of the dragon. No fortification can withstand him. May the Valar grant you strength of arm and spirit as you undertake this task.
Do you have any advice to offer as we begin our hunt for Urgost?
I fear, in spite of all my long years of study, there is little I can offer you in the way of advice, for never have I faced a dragon. Indeed, to my knowledge, the only person now living who has done so is the hobbit Bilbo Baggins. Perhaps he would have a thought or two on the matter.
What will you do here?
We will continue to plan for the defense of Imladris. The enemy will not find us unprepared. I will send warnings to such allies as we have. There is strength to be found in Imladris still, but in truth, you three may be our best hope. Now I begin to regret allowing my sons to ride south. It seems we may well have need of them here after all.
Your sons have left Rivendell? Where did they go?
Word came to me that Aragorn was in need of his kin. Halbarad gathered as many of your people as he could in haste and set out for the south to join him. My sons greatly desired to accompany them for the sake of their long friendship with Aragorn. I granted their wish and allowed them to go.
Aragorn called for my kinsmen? I should be with them.
It's clear you are called to protect the North, Eredan. Aragorn will be grateful to you for continuing to do so. Remember that he left behind much that he loved here. It will be a comfort to him to know you are still here defending what he holds dear.
Agandaur will not have his dragon. We will prevent it.
You will earn the eternal thanks of all the people of the North if you do so.